Hello guys, welcome back to our channel again, Maths Principle. Today we're just going to look at this very simple equation. Given that e to the power m is equal to 4 to the power n, 40 to the power n, and equal to 8 the square root of 5. Find the value of 1 on m plus 1 on n. Looking at this equation, we're going to quickly just do a simple come down, which basically 8 to the power m is going to give us 8 square 5, which implies if you divide 1 on m on both sides, it will be 8 to the power m. 1 on m is equal to 8 root 5 to the power 1 on m, which will be equal to 8 is equal to 8 root 5 to the power 1 on m. And we'll do the same thing on the other side, which is just the same thing, which gives us 40 to the power n is equal to 8 root 5, which implies 40 to the power n in bracket 1 on n is equal to 8 root 5 to the power 1 on n. Looking at this, we see that it basically boils down to, again, 40 is equal to 8 root 5 to the power 1 on n. So we're looking at these two equations now, which basically we're trying to get to an answer where 1 on m is equal to 1 on m plus 1 on n. So if we look at it, we can basically multiply both equations, which gives us 8 is equal to 8 root 5 to the power 1 on m, and 40 is equal to 8 root 5 to the power 1 on n. But we're going to basically, from here, we're going to multiply both sides, which gives us basically 80 times 8, times 40 is equal to 8 root 5 to the power 1 on m times 8 root 5 to the power 1 on n, which from here is going to give us 320 is equal to 8 root 5, all this to the power 1 on m plus 1 on n. Looking at it, we'll finally come to an answer where we actually have this power is equal to this power. So we're going to simply from here look at the principle and see what we're going to do from here. So from here, we're basically asking ourselves, what raised to the power 8 root 5? That is 8 5 to the power a certain value is equal to 320. Now, if we look at it very well, we'll see very well here that if we use our mathematical terms, we'll see very well that 8 root 5 to the power a certain value is equal to 320. We look at it and we see now that, so from here we see that 8 times 8 is equal to 64, and 64 times 5 is equal to 320. So we see basically here that if we take 8 root 5, all that square, it's basically going to give us 320, because we see here that 8 square, which is 8 square, is equal to 64 times the square root of 5 all square, which this is equal to 5. When you take 8 square, 64 times 5 is going to give us 320. From here, this simply means our 1 on m plus 1 on n is equal to 2. That's how we simply solve this equation. Thank you for following to the end of this video. Please subscribe and like the video. If you like, you can share. See you in the next video. Thanks.